human music. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Human music. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Human music. I like it. I like it.
first I turn on my mic, then I turn on this, and then I should be able to hear you. Hello? Hello?
No.
Chat?
No.
Can you hear Frobro? Hello? Blizzard, please? We'll just wait and see if everyone's like, we can't hear him. So, hello everyone. Welcome to another just pro streamer version of the Palaver. It is July 2nd. I am Dos Rev. I'm here with my awesome, amazing, fantastic, wonderful, beautiful, handsome, gorgeous, and talented, and well hung from what I hear, guest.
So I've been told.
Frobro! Best hair in North America, Frobro. Do you know, these idiots don't even know, I mean, my viewers don't even know that we just did like 15 minutes of pure gold without them.
Yeah, you guys missed it, even though there was nothing you could do to see it.
I know.
It was beautiful, though. You just have to take our word for it.
I mean, we talked about how far is too far. Has science gone too far? Or, we talked about the benefits of camel jizz shampoo on stream.
I have garbage OBSs most of the time. It was a good time.
You can't download Discord for some reason. Just, there was, yeah. So just to jump right into it, if you don't know Frobro, he's an amazing streamer. He's one of my daily watches in the morning. He streams. You start late at night, so I catch you when I wake up. You're still going.
Yeah, I started like midnight or 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. And primarily, hello, Rockin' Rage. Thank you for the raid.
What's up, guys?
You stream primarily the Hearthstone, which is a game I love.
Yep.
I've seen you play a couple others, like, what's the MOBA?
Heroes of the Storm.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to other games, just Hearthstone's so easy. Oh, man.
I mean, it's
so easy to stream.
It's fun. And, you know, I've noticed that it's one of those games you either build your following around that or don't touch it.
Yeah, basically.
Like, I can't dip my toes into, like, 4 hours of Hearthstone in a week because everyone leaves. And then if I get any new viewers on those streams, they never come back unless I'm playing Hearthstone.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of card games. Yeah, I got to build a community around them, and that's about it. I mean, once you get enough viewers, it doesn't matter, right? But yeah.
Well, I don't think I've gotten to that point.
Yeah, once you get to that point, it doesn't matter.
I'm doing all right. I'm getting up in the upper 20s for concurrent viewer. So like today when I ended my stream, I had like 34 viewers.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
I don't know if you know this. I was streaming Darkest Dungeon like 2 months ago. Dude, I was ending my streams with like 90 viewers. It was it was so good. And then I switched games and
Darkest Dungeon has the same effect, huh? Committed fan base, they want nothing else. Feels bad.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
And the other thing was at the time that I was doing it, no one was playing it. Like, no one. So you'd go on, it'd be like me and like a guy streaming in French, and then like a Russian guy, a German guy, and then like two people with no cameras. Like
sounds like Hearthstone. There's always the foreigners that are at the top, and you're like, oh god.
Yeah.
At least I speak English.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then they announced the new expansion, and then people started getting back into it, and now it's like there's like 80 people playing at any one time, and including like major partnered streamers that have like 2,000 people watching them. So I'm like, well, there goes that.
I'm out.
Yep. Yeah. I'm out.
Oh, well.
People are like, dude, are you going to start playing Darkest Dungeon now that the expansion's out? And I played it the first day, and I got like no viewers. And then I went and looked. I'm like, oh yeah, there's like 342 people streaming this right now.
Yeah, we're RIP. That feels bad.
What are you going to do?
That happens, right? You gotta play a battle royale game, you know? They're simple.
I do like PUBG. Easy. You know, and I don't know if you've ever seen that one Realm Royale that's new. It's like Fortnite without the building shit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it.
I like it, but you know what my problem is with my arthritis? My hands lock up. I can't do a 6-hour stream of that.
That's rough. Yeah. That'll do it.
I don't know. I just play what I want to play. People watch me for the lulls and not necessarily what I'm playing. That's what I'd like.
Yeah.
Now
That's
you
a
on
good
the
way.
other
That's a good way to go.
Now you on the other hand, for people who don't know you, they should watch you to learn the spiciest Hearthstone plays, right? you bring.
Sometimes we make good plays. Sometimes, other times we get shit on, but it's fine. We don't talk about those times.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen you make a mad play ever.
Thanks, man.
No, it's just, you can't help it if you draw bad.
Yeah. That's why I never became a pro player, man. I just can't. I couldn't handle it.
But seriously, let me ask you a question. So whenever I watch you play or anyone else, whenever I'm watching anyone play Hearthstone, in my head, I'm always thinking ahead. I'm like, oh, I would do this, blah, 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 blah. Right?
Yeah.
And then invariably, there are times when the person I'm watching doesn't do what I'm thinking. And then they're usually right and I'm usually wrong. Like,
yeah.
How do you get to the point in any game, I mean in Hearthstone in particular, but probably in any game, where just these decisions that don't seem very obvious, like the first choice isn't really the obvious one.
I was actually thinking this before, because I've watched like newer players, and like the things that I see aren't like their first instinct. I mean, sometimes I'll surprise myself, right? Like I'll make a play that I know isn't obvious to most people. That's good, but like other times, like I see people play and it's not what I would do, but I understand why they do it, because it's like, it's just the simple play, right? But yeah, I don't know, honestly. You just play a lot. Like I played a lot of Hearthstone, and eventually you just learn. Like it's really hard to explain, because I understand. Like I understand where you're coming from. I've seen people make different plays.
But I feel like that is the weirdest thing for me. It's like I'll see, like, okay, I don't remember the exact scenario, but you were playing a control lock in Wild, and the guy had a bunch of 3 cost minions on board, like, or 3 health minions, or like 1, 2, and 3 health minions, and you had a Hellfire in hand, and you're like, do I Hellfire here? And I'm like, well, obviously you Hellfire. He's got 5 3 cost minions on the board.
Yeah.
Like, why is that even a question? And you're like, no, I don't Hellfire here. And I'm like, what? And then you did something, like you played like a dirty rat or something, baited out another low health minion of his, and then waited a turn, and then like you tapped, and then you waited a turn, he killed your rat, he hit your face, you took a ton of damage, and then you Hellfired, and cleared his whole, like, because he had played another minion, like 2 more minions on. It's like, how do you get into that mindset that you know what the guy is going to do? Like, it just seems so obvious to me, like, oh yeah, you Hellfire to clear the board. But if you'd done that, he would have just rebuilt immediately.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, it's a thing when you play a lot, like, you got to think, like, they tell you to think 1 turn ahead, but like, at the, like, higher levels, you got to think, like, 2, 3 turns ahead, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if you're, like, I don't know, for an easy example, right? Like, you play a bunch of small minions. It's like you're playing against mage and you play a bunch of small minions, right? And they're going into turn 7, right? Like, you're scared they're going to flame strike you, right? So you don't. But, like, even after that, like, you have to think past that point. Like, what are they doing on turn 8? Are they playing Lich King? Are they playing Ragnaros? Like, what are they doing, right? So that's the thing. Like, you just got to think, like, more, like, 1 turn ahead is good, but, like, 2 turns ahead is, like, where you really want to be.
And you also got to be thinking, like, what is their win condition and what is my win condition? Because that's another thing that I have trouble with, is I'll see a deck and I'll be like, oh, this is going to be the Hadronox Druid, for example. Yeah. And then all of a sudden they surprise me and it's like, oh, they just killed me with a 1-turn Malagos combo. Like, I don't know. That's the part I always have a lot of trouble is figuring out, because if you can figure out what their win condition is, you can play around it, but I don't know, man. It's so weird.
It's figuring out what their deck is. Like, you have to know, like, what's in the deck, basically, and what they play. Like, Taunt Druid will never play Spreading Plague, but every other Druid deck will. Or, like, I don't know. Taunt Druid will never play Twig of the World Tree, but Malagos or Togwaggle always will. It's kind of like that. And plus, if you don't have the right cards, there's some matchup you just can't win, right? Like...
Well, I think the other thing to be said, in fairness, is I play in the high teens. Like, I usually end my month around 17.
No, that's fine.
You end your months at what is it? Legend in both Standard and Wild every single month?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I just play a lot of Hearthstone. Like, eventually you learn what to play around, how to play around it best. But
I
yeah,
don't know.
it's mostly just thinking multiple turns ahead.
I like just throwing cards down and then going, yay, I won, or ooh, I lost, damn. I don't know.
So that's a good strategy, man. Play things on curve, hit face.
Dude, that's why I like
Pretty
that one elemental deck I sent you. It's just synergistic, and you try to curve out, and you use your ruby spellstones to get answers that you weren't expecting.
It's a strategy that's worked throughout time. Play the biggest minion on curve, hit face, and eventually you win.
Yeah.
Easy.
And when all else fails, smork.
Yep.
You know?
All else fails. Hit the face.
It's why my favorite decks are my favorite decks throughout the history of Hearthstone have always had a very smorky component to it. So my number one favorite deck of all time has evolved a lot, but it's basically been Zulak.
Yeah. Card's good. The deck's good. Well, it was good for like most of Hearthstone's history.
Not right now though.
No.
You know what I think the problem with this Zulak is right now is there's just so many better Warlock archetypes and not enough of those small power minions to support it.
Yeah.
Plus
a lot of decks just build a wall.
Yeah, there's that too. I don't know. The Zulak deck works good in an aggro meta. It doesn't work well in a control meta. Speaking of meta, actually, that's one thing I wanted to talk to you about. So Blizzard did some stuff recently with some of the cards where they nerfed what's the Warlock one that gave you 8 health and now it only gives 4.
Dark Pact.
Dark Pact and the Giants and the Naga Sea Witch. Bunch of changes. How do you feel the meta? What do you feel about the meta? And both, I know you play both Standard and Wild, so you can comment on both. I can really only comment on Standard. And how do you feel about the meta in regards to other previous metas before this expansion?
In Standard, I don't really like it that much, I gotta say. There's too many matchups I play where I just go into the game and I know I lost, which is like the worst feeling in any game where you play and you lose. Like, you just go into it and you see your opponent's portrait and you're like, oh, I guess I lose. It's like, I don't like it. This is one of the rougher ones. Like, even some of the pro players don't like it. Like, that's when you know it's bad. When the people who do this for a living don't want to play the game. Dude, that's when you know it's rough.
I mean, but Hearthstone's always been a very paper, scissors, rock type game.
Yeah. But now it's like I don't know, having counters for things is good, but not having any chance to win at all is bad. Like, it's just rough.
I suppose. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like in a perfectly balanced meta, it'd be okay that you have no chance to ever win against this one deck type, because that one deck type is going to have no chance against 2 other deck types or what have you. And then that's where the RNG component comes in. It's like, well, who are you queuing against? And what is the meta currently? Like, is everyone playing that deck? Then you should play you shouldn't play that one that is never going to win against it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just rough. There's a lot of matchups like that though. Any aggro deck against like Taunt Druid, you lose. Most control decks against Taunt Druid, you lose.
My elemental mage beats Taunt Druid.
Most what's it called? Most control decks lose to Shutterwalk Shaman. It's like
is Shutterwalk Shaman really prevalent at high ranks?
I think so, yeah. It's not really prevalent, but it's good. Like, the players are taking it to rank 1 and destroying people with it.
Because we don't see a lot of it. We don't see a lot of it down at the low ranks, to be honest. There's just not a lot of people playing Shutterwalk Shaman.
Thank God. Oh man. And maybe I just concede. Just stop playing until I get to rank 25. Enjoy my Shutterwalk free existence.
I mean, maybe, but I mean, when I'm saying low ranks, I'm saying rank 18. So that's a couple months of conceding. I don't know if you could deal with it.
A couple months of not playing, feels bad. Oh well, but yeah, I don't know. It's not really that prevalent, but it's when you play against it, you feel bad.
Yeah, I
It's
guess
just
so.
It usually auto wins against control, and then in aggro, it's fine.
I feel like the meta's decent right now, and I know what you're saying about it. You know, when you queue into a deck and you're like, well, I'm just never gonna beat that deck. But I
Yeah.
feel like it's not great. You know, it's not like the Ungirl meta was possibly the best meta ever. I mean,
Yeah.
it was insane.
Yeah,
And
it was good. It was diverse. It had quest stroke, but that was about it.
that
That
really
was
was
like the only.
like with the
That really
exception
wasn't a
for
thing yet.
Warlock was garbage. But other than Warlock, like and Hunter wasn't great. But mid-range Hunter was
Yeah.
okay. But other than Hunter and Warlock during the Ungirl meta, when you queued up and you saw that portrait, you didn't know what deck you were playing until they played the first two or
Yeah.
three cards. Like,
Yeah.
there were literally so many viable decks that were pretty well balanced against each other. You're like, well, I don't know what I'm playing until, like, okay, it's a warrior. Is it going to be pirate or is it going to be quest? You know, you don't know until turn one, so you can't mulligan around it. Mage, is it going to be Exodia? Is it going to be tempo? Is it going to be spell? Like, you didn't know. And obviously the meta's nowhere near as good as that, which I think is possibly the best meta of any since vanilla when I started playing.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
But
Yeah, that's the
it's
thing.
decent.
I don't know. It's because you gotta remember my point of view is from like me like trying to like me being a tryhard.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like when I lose a game, it fucking feels bad. Whereas with you lose a game, right? You don't really give a fuck because Hearthstone.
I don't give a shit.
Like I lose a game, it feels bad, right? Like I'm trying to climb. So yeah, that's why. Like for the casual players, the diversity is nice.
Yeah.
Right?
I think
different decks.
I think I tried to climb back in vanilla, and I got up to like rank 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And then I tried again, I want to say maybe during the Ungirl meta, because it was actually such a good meta. I was like, I don't mind
good.
grinding and grinding and grinding because, you know, like, whatever. I'm constantly facing different decks. But other than that,
why
man,
not?
I just can't play against Jade Shaman after Jade Shaman, or Jade Druid after Jade Druid after Jade Druid, into a Quest Rogue, into a Jade Druid. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. When the meta's stale like that, I can't play.
Yeah, it makes sense. Plus, it was a lot harder back then, right? Like, you used to drop all the way back down to like rank 20 at the start of every season, so that was kind of discouraging. It's a bit easier now. It's a bit more gentle, but
yeah,
it makes sense.
I really do like the current change too, where instead of just dropping back down to the last floor, you just drop 4 ranks. Actually, that brings me a good question. If you're legend rank, it doesn't matter where you are in legend, you drop back to rank 4 at the start of a new month?
Yeah, every time.
That's not too bad.
It's all right. You get to stay in the top 5, the top 5 rank floor, so yeah.
So even if you lose the first 10 games of the month, well, I'm only at rank 5.
Yeah, and it's all right. You got the rest of the month to win the 25 games, right?
All right. I don't know. I don't know. But we're halfway through the current Witchwood expansion. Have we heard anything? Any rumors starting to circulate about the next one?
No, not that I know of. I haven't heard anything.
I haven't either, and I usually keep my ear pretty close to the ground.
Just like that picture of the gem they showed at the beginning of the year. It's like a purple gem, like a portal-looking thing.
Doesn't really tell us much.
Yeah, people will speculate, but that's about it.
So, I don't know. I find Hearthstone a lot of fun. And I like to log on every 2 or 3 days, do my quests, play a little bit, maybe hit the ladder for a little while, maybe blah blah blah. But they did just wrap up an event that they ran for, what was it, like 2 or 3 weeks, called Taverns?
Yeah, it was a while. I thought it was only for like a week, but yeah, it went for a while.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
I mean, it definitely went for at least 2 weekends. I know that much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was impressed.
I don't know. Hearthstone all just sort of blurs together for me personally. Like,
yeah, things happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
Your quest.
But why don't you tell people what happened in Taverns of Time and what made it an interesting event while I get some nicotine into my blood?
All right, man. So yeah, basically they had this event where they made like these like the quests. Like the quests are usually pretty stingy, but they made them really generous and really easy to do. Like they're usually like 40 gold, and this time they give you like 100 gold and 100 dust. Dust is what you use to craft cards. And like the quests were really easy. Like you didn't really have to try to do them like the usual ones. So yeah, they were pretty generous.
I think
And
one
then they added
one of the
some-
quests was like take 15 turns.
Yeah, it was like draw 20 cards. I'm like, hey, I can do that.
No.
Like anyone can do that.
Dude, one of them was 100 gold quest, and it was play 3 dragons.
And those are the kind of quests we need like all the time. Like winning games is hard. Just let me draw cards.
I know. Or like sometimes it's a little ridiculous. It's like play 10 pirates. It's like really 10? Like I can. If I made a pirate like if I made an entire pirate deck, I might not be able to play 10.
If I play Pirate Warrior, I only play 4 and they die. Yeah.
No. Let's make that. Let's cut that down to like 3. What do you say?
Yeah.
And in addition to that, they also added a whole bunch of overpowered, stupid cards to the arena. Did you get a chance to check out the arena at all?
I only played the free run. I'm not much for arena, honestly. Oh man, arena. I found arena pretty rough. It's so slow. It's so brutal. I don't know. It was good though. I like the cards. The cards are interesting. New broken cards are always fun to play with. So.
And oh my god, they were so broken, dude. Some of the, like, oh my god. Okay, so I played the free arena run, and I got mage, so I chose mage. I got 2 Cavern Dreamers, which is 2 mana, 1/3. At the end of your turn, put a spell into your hand, just random spell that costs 2 mana or less from any class.
Easy.
Like, and I think it could get wild cards too. So it was like, all right. So the entire game came about how long can I keep this thing alive, giving me free value? Because
value, yeah.
Dude, and that's all arena is. Arena is nothing more than drafting the best deck you can, tempoing, value trading, and outlasting your opponent. That's it. That's all arena is. So they put in this sick arena card or sick card into arena that just gives you infinite value as long as you can keep it alive.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. Yeah, because like I don't know. Yeah. Like the games take forever, right? Because you're both playing like garbage decks. The games take so long. Like if you go like 12 wins, it takes like 2 hours, like 2 or 3 hours. Like it's brutal. Like yeah, because you guys are just playing you're playing like pretty bad decks, right? And hoping for the best, trying your best to milk value out of every card. Like you don't really have a win condition except for outvalue them, right?
I went 9 wins with that mage deck. And honestly, it was because I got to 8 wins and 1 loss, and I was like, oh my god, I don't want to play anymore. But it was like the last day of the arena. It was the last day, and I was like, I
gotta get it in, yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to get it in because I had that free ticket. So I was like, well, I better do this, I guess. And
I don't know.
I just started playing like shit after that. And guess what? 8 wins is not the time to start playing like shit.
That's when you gotta buckle up and hope for the best.
So I got 9 wins. I got a pack, a bunch of dust, and like 275 gold, and I think a card.
It's pretty good. I mean, it was free, so I mean, easy.
Yeah. just because I know to draft value cards, and that's it. I don't know. I use that Hearth Arena app. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but I didn't listen to I didn't listen to like half the cards. They wanted me to build a really weird deck. Like
sometimes it does that. Like it's obviously good card, and they want you to pick the other one for like the sake of curve or something. It's like, I don't know, man.
Well, they kept telling me, they're like, no, don't take like normally I'd pick Meteor. It's like, yeah, always pick Meteor, stupid. Like it's like normally I'd pick Meteor, but we really need a 3-drop. No, we don't. Pick Meteor.
Not compared to Meteor, no.
No, you take Meteor in that case. Sorry. Like what?
Time.
What? I'm not taking, and it was like a shitty 3-drop too. It was like 3 mana, 3/3 does something. Who get out of here?
Yeah. Garbage.
What?
Oh well.
I'm taking that. And I was like, It was like its value was like 63 points, and then like Meteor is like 62, just so you would take that. I'm like, no, Meteor is like 120. I'm taking Meteor. Shut up. You're wrong.
Destroy everything.
Yeah, I don't know.
Feels bad.
But yeah. So, anyways, I really thought that was very interesting. I like that they give out the free arena tickets from time to time, and honestly, that got me to thinking. I'd like to see. I think what they should do is they should do quest rewards that give out arena tickets.
That'd be pretty good, yeah.
Because get plebs into the arena like me. I'm a pleb. I don't play arena. And even if you go 0 for 3 in arena, you get a pack.
Yeah, I mean it's free, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the quests. Honestly, I kind of wish they were there all the time, but they're probably a little too generous. At the very least, I would like the requirements. I just want to complete my quest by drawing cards or playing 3 dragons or.
I know, right?
Doing things and not having to try.
Take 25. Take 25 turns. Okay.
Like, oh man, I could do that.
I could do that in one game if I play the right deck.
Yeah.
Shit. Just stall them out. Easy.
It was good. I mean, maybe they will. I mean, I don't know.
I will say it was a little too good, but that's what they do occasionally. They just have these events that, like, yeah, play Hearthstone. We're giving out a lot of free shit.
Yeah.
And like you always say, I mean, they don't have to do that. They're Hearthstone.
Yeah, like that's it, right? Like they're basically the top dog of the CCG market of the 2010s, right?
Yeah.
Like that's theirs. Like they started it.
Yeah.
They didn't start it, but they pioneered it in recent years.
I mean, let's put it this way: every card game that comes out that you see that has any popularity has one of 2 things as their DNA: either Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Like that's it. It's
like that's another thing, right? Like every card game, like people will deny it, but every card game wants to be Hearthstone. Like they want that popularity. They want that money.
Yeah.
They might want to be more competitive or have less RNG, but they want to be Hearthstone. They want those dollars. They want all the sweet dollars.
Why wouldn't they? I mean, if you're gonna spend time programming and getting all this going and spend money and marketing, and of course you want to make money.
And that might actually affect how they make their game, right? Because if they look at Hearthstone, they're like, RNG, easy. People like this. Easy to play.
Yeah.
Coin flips.
It's interesting to say that. There was a game that I was playing for a little while called Prismata. Okay?
Yeah.
Fantastic fucking game. Fantastic.
It was based on StarCraft, wasn't it?
Well, it's not based on StarCraft, but a lot of people were saying it's like playing a non-collectible card game that's like StarCraft. Like, you build up your troops.
I just figured there's like resources and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really interesting, and it's really well done, and there's 0 RNG to it. Like, it's all good skill. But you know what? I was playing it. I was like, you know what feels even worse than getting fucked by RNG occasionally? Is going into PvP mode and just getting trounced because you're playing against people who are so much better than you.
Yeah. Feels pretty bad, right? Like you can't win.
Yeah.
Lose the RNG or lose the people who play 20 hours a day, right? It's like...
Well, I think the other thing, too, is like the game was out in alpha testing since it came off Kickstarter for like months and months and months. So then when they went into their beta test and then they were bringing in new people, you've got all these seasoned pros who know all the cards and who have seen the cards as they've gone through development and seen the developers talking about why they're changing that card and why it's doing this now. And why they understand the mechanics and the functionality and why this works better, or why if you've got this lineup of cards, you want to play this strategy. And then you've got me coming in like, ooh, this looks cool. It looks like a Zergling. Oh, I'll play that.
Let's play this, yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
that's another reason Hearthstone was successful, right? Because it's simple. So simple. It's too simple.
Well, it is too simple, but I'll tell you one thing, man. I really wish they would get their shit together and fix the wording on their cards so there was consistency across the entire game.
Yeah. They won't change the wording on the old cards though, because new players, etc., etc.
I just like, dude, how have they not codified the transform mechanic on Druid cards yet?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Magic.
Like okay, it transforms, but does it keep its buffs? Like, does it become a new card? Like, yeah, like, you know what I mean?
This is why a lot of people shit on Blizzard for this stuff, right? Because like you're Blizzard, like you guys should be like all your games should be pristine and god tier.
Just I'm not even asking for pristine. How about just like natural logical consistency inside the one game? Like, the game doesn't have to be perfect, but like if this card does this and this card, which is
coded their game too poorly, I think that might be a problem. Changing text might actually break ladder.
That's true. That's a good point. But like the perfect example is okay, well, if you play Wild Growth on turn 10, you get this card called Wild Mana, right? That lets you draw a card for free. But how are you supposed to know that from what the card says?
Yeah, there's some weird inconsistencies like that. Like Wild Growth will get you the 0 mana draw card. Astral Communion will get you the 0 mana draw card. Jade Blossom won't.
Yeah.
And
there's
Nourish won't.
Nourish won't. Yeah, that's the one I was trying to think of. But it's like, why? Like, if you're at 10 mana and you Nourish, why don't you get 2 of those wild manas? Like, hello?
I don't know, man.
Hello? I don't know.
I don't know. I guess Nourish is an exception because it does different things. But like the fact that Jade Blossom doesn't give you a card is a little questionable. I guess because Jade Blossom can summon like a 10/10, but I don't know.
But again, do you see what I'm saying? Like, there should just be consistency across the board. And again, nothing on the card says that you draw if you're at full mana. You know?
Yeah.
Like, how hard would it be to go in there and just say, if you're already at mana, you'll be able to draw a card.
Yeah, just somewhere like at the bottom, fine print.
Dude,
when you hover over it.
Even if it was in that little flavor text box that pops up, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you could put in, like, errata in there, you know, for any problems or weird conditions.
Yeah, there's a lot of cards like that. Like, even when they nerfed Quest Rogue again, it, like, they showed a picture of what the quest looks like, but the text isn't actually any different. Because it just says, you know, play 5 mains of the same name, get the crystal core. And it's like, what the fuck does that mean? It's exactly what it said before. And they showed a picture of that. Like, it was different. Like, good job, Blizzard.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I love, dude, I really do love Hearthstone. I love playing Hearthstone. I think they do an amazing job with it. I think it's a great game, but sometimes you're just like,
how did this get through? Like, how did you do this? Yeah, I like it. It's a fun game. It's a good game. I mean, I play it like fucking every day. So yeah, I guess I'm not to say that now.
Yeah, you do play it 6 to 8 hours a day, pretty much every day. So I guess it's a game that you kind of like. I guess
it's okay. It's pretty good.
I suppose in that sense, it's an okay game. Yeah, I don't know. It's just. It's weird. I used to talk to Win by KO about this a lot. I'd be like, I wouldn't bitch about this game if I didn't care about it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, when I bitch about Hearthstone, it's because I like the game, and it bothers me when there's something
wrong with it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't bitch about Fortnite.
Because it's Fortnite. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's the simplest genre. It does what it's supposed to do. That's it. Easy.
I don't give a fuck about Fortnite. Who cares? Fucking cartoon guns shooting people and building ladders. Whatever. Get out of my face.
Man, Battle Royale. Easy. That's where all the money is. We fucked up, boys. Should be Battle Royale streamer.
Dude, I do love some PUBG. I will tell you. You know what I've gotten into lately, though? Have you seen Dead by Daylight?
Oh, yeah, I've seen Dead by Daylight.
I've been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight lately.
Easy.
I like that game. It's fun. It's fun. Although I discovered I only like playing as the killer. I don't really like playing as the survivors.
Yeah, I mean, the killer's like the exciting part, right?
Like,
you get to mow the plebs down. It's like the fun part.
Well,
hiding isn't fun.
I mean, I don't know. I've got 2 friends. So, Sabby, friend of the channel, and Phoenix Ryan, friend of the channel, both of whom love Dead by Daylight, and both of whom love playing as survivors. They don't really like playing as the killer. They're like, no, I like playing co-op, and I like trying to compete against this brutal killer.
That's true, yeah.
And I'm like, I don't. I get so salty, dude, when I play as a survivor. Just, dude, I baby rage.
It's just the way they are, right? Like they're kind of like awkward moving, right? Like, I don't know.
I just know, so again, being a online connected first person shooter type game, if you get lag and you start rubber banding, or like you go to turn and you hit a wall and you get stopped, like as the killer, I'm like, oh damn, the survivor got away. I don't care. I'm like, whatever, I'll kill him.
Get him eventually. It's fine.
Yeah, whatever. But when I'm as a survivor and I jump through, a window and I start running away, and then all of a sudden I rubber band backwards and my skull gets crushed in with a fucking mallet. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that'll do it, right? Yeah.
I rage. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. It feels bad, man.
But PUBG though, I do love PUBG. I gotta play some PUBG.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game. I haven't played in a long time though. Used to run like garbage on my computer. It feels bad. Yeah.
I got that new computer.
Have they optimized it at all?
Oh no. There's still bugs in the game that were in there over a year ago.
It's all right. They'll just sue Fortnite, and then they'll go on their merry way. It's fine.
Listen. They can't fix these bugs that have been in the game for a year and a half. They've got to make loot boxes for people and season passes that cost $10.
They haven't made loot boxes yet. What? Are you serious?
Oh, that's all they do.
Oh yeah, okay. I figured they were there.
Yeah. So what happens?
You gotta remember, Fortnite has a bit more motivation, right? Because they were the battle royale was free, right? Like PUBG already got all their money at the beginning, so they can just take their money and run now, right? And Fortnite's got to farm you for those microtransactions to get their money.
Oh well, believe me, PUBG is doing their thing. They have the loot boxes that you have to buy keys for $2.50 for, and they said, hey, Fortnite's doing this thing where people pay a monthly fee. Let's do that. So now PUBG is doing the monthly fee called the Battle Pass, and
feels microtransactions, man.
Oh yeah,
it's the death of us all. Microtrans, boys.
Microtransactions. I will say the only thing I don't mind too much about it is it's all just cosmetics. So so don't spend money. If you don't want to spend money, don't spend money.
I mean, no pay to win garbage, right? That's always nice.
Yeah. I mean, arguably, some people say there's a slim chance that certain cosmetic clothing gives you a better chance of hiding on certain maps, but really, you could wear fucking bright pink and lime green and you'd be fine. You really wouldn't.
Yeah, I think the hitboxes are always the same. People always assume that in video games, right? Because the female character is skinnier, right? So she's probably not going to get hit as much because she's smaller. But it's like, yeah, the hitboxes are probably the same. I don't think they're that dense that they wouldn't make the hitboxes the same size. But
the hitboxes are the same size. One of the things I find really interesting is in PUBG, if you're holding a gun, right? They actually track all the hitboxes for your arm and your hand and your shoulder and everything. So if you're running with your gun put away and you're running towards someone and they shoot at you, they can chest shot you a lot more easily than if you've got your gun out. Because if you've got your gun out and you're running like this, they can shoot you and it hits your arm. And
that's pretty cool.
Take a lot less damage in the arm than you do in the chest. It's one of those little things that they people have tested and they're like, yeah, PUBG did that right, actually.
It works, yeah. Grand Theft Auto actually used to do the same thing. If you got shot in the head, you just die. and if you wore a helmet, it reduced the damage a bit, and body shots were less. But yeah, it's good. I like it. It's realistic. Well, more realistic.
They do have a pretty good realistic damage model in PUBG. I will say that. You can get headshot with just about any weapon in the game, other than like 9mm doesn't do dick, But
Yeah.
other than like 9mm, pretty much any weapon in the game, if you get a headshot on someone with no helmet, that's it, they're done. And then like the higher powered rifle, like the Kar 98 is like one of the marksman's rifle, the sniper rifle. You can headshot someone even if they're wearing a helmet, like a low level helmet, dead. It's kind of nice.
Easy.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right?
Although it does.
And the one thing that always got me in PUBG was the ambient noise. Oh my god, not like this, dude. Oh man, just completely quiet, and you just hear like the fucking the ambient noise of just nothing.
I mean,
like, why is this so good? Please stop this! And you get shot and you shit yourself because noise.
You know what? Honestly, one of the things I loved about the game is occasionally you'd hear like a really far off like pop noise, like you'd hear a gunshot from really far off, and then you'd hear poof, as the ground hit. You know, they hit the ground next to you, and you're like, oh shit, someone's sniping me from. Like they actually figured that out, that the sound travels faster than the bullet. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. And you can actually tell, like, oh, he must be taking long shots, because...
yeah, you see the bullets bouncing off of things, like, oh shit, run.
Yeah. Oh shit, you dive for cover, you see rock chips flying up, and dirt, and wood chips flying off trees, and you're like, ah! And then you look around, and you're like, great, I'm in the middle of an open field, I have no idea where this sniper is, I'm dead. Occasionally you're just like, fuck. What are you gonna do?
So a lot of the realism in the game is good, I'll admit. For all its faults, I mean, they definitely went for the realism, which is nice.
Yeah. I want to play it. I might play some tomorrow. They just released a new map for PUBG called Sandhook. It's half the size of Erangel, which is the first map they ever had, the green map.
The main one.
So it's half the size. And then what they did is they increased the loot spawn rate by an extra 50%. And in that spawn rate, there's an additional 25% chance for any loot that spawns to be an assault rifle. So it's like really fast.
That's good. That speeds it up. Yeah, thank God. That's what we need.
Well, because
that's the hero we need. Honestly, I don't want to wander around for 15 minutes.
Dude, did you ever play on Miramar, the desert map?
No, I didn't. Oh my God, was it the same size?
No. Miramar was twice as big as Erangel.
That's fucking awful. It's an awful idea. It's a desert.
Dude. There were times I would drop an Erangel, and maybe you get into a fight if someone else drops there, and if you win that fight, you just then spend 20 minutes just running around an empty map until you get to like the last second or third to last circle, and then someone headshots you out of the blue because they're up on top of a fucking mesa, and you're running for cover, and they're just sitting up there with a sniper rifle and just poof, dead. And you know what, dude? Listen. I love PUBG, but if I wanted to get killed by something I can't see, I would take the fucking batteries out of my carbon monoxide detector.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal, huh?
Yeah.
So I like the half the size idea, I'll admit.
Yeah. So it's half the size of Erangel and if 25% of the size of Miramar. So yeah, and Rock and Rage brings up also on Sandhook they brought back environmental weather, so there's like dynamic weather. So you might drop and it might be clear, but then like a fog rolls in and then it starts raining.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, just one of those things to add a little bit to it. So I don't know. Yeah, download it. I'll play with you. We'll be shitty together. I'm terrible.
We'll get shit on together. It'll be beautiful.
Just absolutely wrecked.
Nah.
You know,
bad.
I don't know. I think it's kind of fun. Actually, next Monday, next week, I'm going to be talking to a new friend who I met through Twitch, who no one here really knows, and he plays PUBG on the Xbox. But he was also he was also in the Army, and he does a lot of his streams are charity streams for the Wounded Warrior Project. So I think that'll be fun. We'll be talking about PUBG. I should really play PUBG before I talk to him.
Yeah, warm up and see what's new.
Yeah. Because I really haven't played in months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's fine. It's fine. Not much has changed. You find a gun, shoot people. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. Hide in the bushes.
General thing's the same.
Find a pan. You know, it's all the same. Shit, I'm gonna play some PUBG tonight now. I think that's gonna happen. That's gotta happen now. Now that we've talked about it so much. Oh. Wait. Have I done my Hearthstone daily? Do I need to
I have
now
no
that the
idea.
Taverns of Time are done?
Are they done? I have no idea.
Yeah, I think
Maybe.
yesterday was the last day, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. They're gonna be pleb quests. It's fine. Do it later.
Fucking garbage.
No more drawing cards and easy money. Feels
Oh.
bad.
Dude, you know what the worst is? When it's like, win 3 games as a priest. It's like, oh. It's like,
Priest feels bad.
like it's one thing if it's like play 3 games as a priest, or win 1 game as a priest is okay, but it's like when it's like win 3 games as whatever class.
Yeah, they should just switch it to like win 3 games and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because people don't play certain classes, right? Or people like just don't, like they just can't. They just disenchant their cards for other classes, or they don't have enough, or
I
what
mean,
have you.
I'm told that there are people that do that. I never disenchant anything. Except
No,
for
neither do
Auction Master
Yeah.
Beardo. He got disenchanted.
No, it feels bad. Why'd poor Beardo have to go, Bible Thump?
'Cause he is terrible.
You can play OTK Paladin easy.
Oh, can I? Can I play?
The one time it works out of like 10 games, you'll feel pretty good, man, alright?
Yeah, but that was a shitty deck to begin with. Like, it wasn't even... That Death Knight Paladin was like the worst Death Knight. I mean, was there a worse Death Knight than Paladin?
Garrosh was pretty bad. He's okay now, but
I mean, at least Garrosh's
Garrosh was
weapon
pretty
was good.
yeah.
I mean, you get 5 armor and you get a good weapon, and then you can't use your hero power for the rest of the game, basically.
I thought the Paladin one was okay, because like they have to deal with the hero power, right? Sometimes they focus too much on the hero power and they get spooked.
I don't know. I mean, I never had it, so I never had the Paladin.
It was more of a mental thing, because like they'd see like 2 horsemen, they get spooked, and they'd clear it.
Yeah, I suppose there's some value in just the mental screwing with people's heads. Well, I think I told you I only like playing off-meta decks for the most part, and the reason is because I love playing cards and having people think they know how to react to that card, and then all of a sudden they're like, wait a second, what? Does this guy just really play River Crocodilus?
It's a pretty good time, yeah.
You could see them like, what do I do here? And I'm like, haha, stupid. You
Yeah,
don't know how to
like,
play against
so
this.
many people only know how to play around the net decks, right? Like, I like it when you play something and people like hover over the card for like 30 seconds and they're like, what is this? What is this madness? And it's just great.
Yes.
You just don't know what to do.
Yeah, that's the best part. It's the best part. When you see someone like mouse over a card for like 5 seconds, and then you see them mousing over their cards in their hand for a minute, and then you see them mouse over your guy again for a second or two,
like,
and then
what do I do?
yeah, like what? Wait, how do I respond to this? And like literally thinking, how does this affect what I was gonna do? I don't know, man. What were you gonna do? I don't know. It's hard. It's hard when I'm not playing Q Block. I know.
Yeah.
Dude, can I tell you something though? I wasn't paying real close attention to the meta, and I ran into an even warlock for the first time. You know, in the wild, just playing. I was like, an even warlock? What is this? And I thought I was kicking his ass. I was like, I got this. And then all of a sudden it was like turn 9, like heal, lifesteal, up. I'm like, oh, this is not good. I'm like, oh, I can recover. I'm recovering. And then all of a sudden out of nowhere, Gul'dan, board's full.
Yeah, it's interesting, I'll admit. I don't know. It doesn't have Void Lord, which is like the greatest card, but I mean, yeah, it gets things done. Play Mountain Giant on turn 3, hit phase, you know.
Yeah, Void Lord and no Doom Lord either, right? Doom what?
Yeah, no Doomguard, no Skull of Minari. Like all the good cards are just not there.
Yeah,
No Dark Pact.
I was like, what the hell can an even warlock possibly do? I was like,
Yeah,
what? But
it just wins by playing random big cards and hoping for the best.
yeah, I guess it turns out it's pretty good.
Yeah, apparently it's good enough. I don't know how good it is, but it's good enough.
Yeah, and then after that day, after I got trounced by it, I went and looked. I'm like, oh, it's actually on the meta.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Who knew? I didn't. Guess I need to watch more Hearthstone.
Gotta watch more Frobro stream, am I right?
Well, you know what the problem is I only play standard, and you play wild a lot. So,
Yeah.
like, you can't judge what the standard meta is from anything that happens in wild.
Yeah, that's true. Feels bad. Oh well. Yeah, I mean, I can't play just standard, man. Like, I can't. Like, I just can't. Like, my body's not ready. I need that variety in my life.
Dude, I love watching you play wild. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying I can't learn about.
Oh yeah, I know you can't learn about the meta. Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that's interesting to me about watching you play wild is it seems like the wild meta is constantly shifting too.
I guess it depends. Yeah, like some of the decks are just always there. Seems like a lot of the decks are always there. Plus the Sea Witch nerf allowed a lot of things to change, right?
Yeah.
So that helped. It's like, yeah, now you don't get, well, the deck wasn't really that good. Like, the win rate wasn't that good, but I mean, you know, the games you lost on turn 5 felt fucking bad, so I'm glad they nerfed it.
It won just enough to be obnoxious.
Yeah, like when it did win, you felt bad. Then again, they play Barnes on 4 and you lose, so.
Dude, can I just say, the fact that they rotate cards every year is the greatest thing that's ever happened to Hearthstone.
Yeah, for real.
There are certain cards that I'm just like, thank God that card is out of the meta. So Barnes and Alley Cat in the last one. I'm trying to think of some of the other just oppressive cards that I hated. I'm like just so glad they're gone.
7/7s.
And then like the one before that, Reno Jackson. When that thing rotated out, I fucking celebrated.
I liked Reno. Reno's so good.
Oh yeah, he's too good. He's too good.
Wait, you don't like your opponent gaining 29 health in one turn? In their garbage one-of deck?
Dude, and then like the other thing is they brought in all these other cards where it's like you can copy cards or return it to your hand. It's like, okay, well, you know, gaining 29 health is bad, but how about they gain 29 health and then they shadow step it? Fuck!
Yeah, you just get shit on. Yeah, especially against aggro, yeah.
Dude, I played against a Death Rattle Priest the other day, and he completed his quest, and then he had that Amara in his hand, and then somehow he duplicated it, and I'm like, oh, he played Gorgon. He played that Gorgon, so he had a golden copy.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking
Good.
bottom right.
Good.
Bottom right, concede. I'm done. Get out. I'm out. I'm done. I'm not.
I can't get through 80 health. Yeah, we're done, boys.
I'm like, I got him down to like 12 health. I was doing pretty good, and then he completed his quest, and I'm like, oh shit. Sure enough, like I hit him in the face and couldn't kill him, and then he healed up to 40, and then immediately played a Gorgon and had it. I'm like, okay, that's it. That bottom right. I'm like, I might be able to win this game, but we're not gonna find out. I'm done. I'm done.
It's too much on my fuck. It's affecting my blood pressure too much. I'm out.
And I was playing my Elemental Mage, so you know, I was like, ugh. I really have to put Polymorph in that deck, though. After sharing it with you,
Polymorph in every deck, dude.
That is one thing that I have decided without a doubt. I've got to play Polymorph in that deck. Because, forget Book of Specters. I can live without Book of Specters. That's not a problem. But
yeah, that's fine.
No Polymorph is really hurting me.
Void Lord too good. Taunt too good.
You know, it's not even Void Lord. It's just there's just the random occasional card you're not expecting, like Hadronox. If you can polymorph Hadronox, they'll concede.
Yeah, easy.
You know, they won't concede off a Void Lord. But yeah, I mean, there's just a couple cards where it's like, just that one or two cards. You know, Rin. If you polymorph Rin, they're like,
yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, oh God, is there, dude? I know I've monopolized the conversation here. Is there anything you want to talk about? Anything you got going on your streams? What are you up to lately? What do you got going on in your wheelhouse?
Not too much, honestly. Playing Hearthstone, hoping for the best. Streaming every day. That's like where most of my free time goes, honestly. Oh, just fucking on the grind every day, hoping for the best.
Brother, I feel you. I only do 6-hour streams, but then my 2 podcasts. But Like my Friday night podcast takes like an hour of my time beforehand, and then they always want to chat afterwards, so it's like an hour afterwards. So it's like a 1 hour podcast takes minimum 3 hours, and then and then I'm a community leader. I'm one of the leaders of the Team MZ, which has like 7,000 plus members, and then Proper Nerds, which I formed. So
always busy, always grinded.
No time. Like a lot of times when I'm in your stream, I'm watching you play. You know, I'm watching you, and I've got you up on this monitor, and then down here I've got Discord, and then over here I've got something else going on. Like, I've got 3 monitors, and they're all going, and it's just like, this monitor is just to listen to and watch Frobro, and...
Gotta hold down the fort, yeah.
Yeah. And then occasionally I go up, and I'm like, lol, top deck, and then back to work.
Yeah, back to work again, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, it's the life, dude. That's it. Fuck me. Man.
Well.
Yeah, not much, honestly.
I told you though. Come November, it'll be my 2-year anniversary of streaming, and I don't know. I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even remember when I started streaming. I have no fucking idea. It's been like 2 years roughly. It's getting around there, honestly.
Well, you know, a lot of mornings I see you'll have 12 to 20 people in your stream.
Yeah.
You know, you got for Hearthstone, you've got a pretty good viewer base, I'll say.
That's pretty good. A lot of them I think come to watch me, so that's nice. It's always helpful.
They come for the hair.
Yeah, no one cares about the game or me. They just want to see the hair. It feels bad, man.
Well, no, they care about you because you maintain the glorious fro. I mean, it's best hair in North America. Dude, I told you off stream before we started. People were asking me, like, who's on the Palaver tonight? I'm like, Frobro. Just say Frobro. And people are like, yes, best hair NA. Like, they know. People know.
Yeah, they know. It's it. We've done it. We marketed well enough.
Here you go. And I was also telling you that I actually took lessons from you in regards to titling my streams. I think you do a really good job at that.
Yeah. It's a talent, really.
I mean,
clickbait, boys.
Yeah. Clickbait.
Always clickbait.
I gotta get better at it. I'm like level 2. You're like level 10. I gotta level up a little bit better.
Man. You gotta hustle the plebs.
Yeah.
The only thing they see is the title.
Yeah.
When they're scrolling through Twitch, that's the only thing they have that's gonna make them want to check you out.
Dude, when I was scrolling through Hearthstone, I scrolled down until I found someone playing Hearthstone who had like no viewers or maybe 1 viewer, and I saw best hair NA, and then something else. I'm like, best hair NA? What is that? And that's why I clicked on you.
Living proof that the clickbait works.
Dude, it's why I opened your stream the very first time. I was looking for someone. Literally, my criteria was must speak English, must have cam, playing Hearthstone. That was it. And low viewer numbers, because you know you want to go in and talk to someone who's, you know,
gonna actually respond.
Yeah. No, I don't get
Those
these people.
Days.
I don't know. Dude, did I tell you I had the most fucked up dream the other day? I got to tell you about this. You're gonna laugh your ass off. You're gonna laugh your ass off. Now, I haven't watched Kripparrian in probably 6 months, right? Because I'm usually going to bed like when he goes live. But Kripparrian's the reason I started Twitch, because I was like, I want to watch him live. Because like I would watch his YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And so that's the reason I actually made my Twitch account, was just to watch Krip. But anyways, I haven't watched him in 6, 7, 8 months, right? I had a dream the other night that I was in my house and there's a knock at the door and it's Kripparrian, and I'm like,
Krip,
hey,
what are you doing here?
What are you doing here? He's like, hey, can I come in? I want to hang out for a little bit. I'm like, of course. And I thought I'd be able to talk to him about streaming and get advice. He's like, I don't want to talk about that, man. I don't want to talk about, you know, being very Krip-like, I'm like, all right, well, make yourself at home. He's like, okay, can I have some water? And I was like, yeah, bottled water. Yeah, I got bottled water in the fridge. And I handed it to him, and he kind of looked at it and goes, this'll do. Like, just being very shitty and, like not really bad, just, like, really, like, yeah, this'll do, I guess. And he's drinking it. Like, do you got any vegan snacks? I'm like, well, I got carrot sticks. He's like, all right, I guess. Like, just like very, not like bad, but like, and then he's like, well, where's your computer? And I'm like, oh, great, maybe he'll teach me something. And he boots up my Hearthstone account, and he starts looking through my collection, my Hearthstone card collection, and just criticizing my collection, and being like, why don't you have blah, blah, blah crafted? Why don't you have blah, blah, blah crafted? And I was like, dude.
Why are you like this, script? Why have you done this to me?
And then, like, I was like, well, listen, my wife and I gotta go, so I think maybe you should move on. He's like, no, if you gotta go, it's fine. I'll just hang out here. And I'm like, no, you gotta leave. And he wouldn't leave my house. It's just a very bizarre dream. I don't know.
Yeah, dreams are a good time, man. Just the most random shit in the world.
You ever have any like that? Just bizarre, like celebrity-esque.
Like the ones where you fuck your sister. I've had those. No, I'm just kidding. Chat, please. Oh man.
Oh, it is not gonna get any better than that, Frobro. Thank you so much for being on. I just wanted to talk to you and just hang out, and that was a lot of fun, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
You got anything else you want to bring up before we go? Like,
no, not
maybe
really.
Just let the plebs know what time you're live, maybe.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Thanks for watching, guys. I stream Hearthstone pretty much every day around midnight, 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you guys can check that out if you want. The link should be somewhere in chat, up there, down there.
All right. Yeah, and I mean, I personally watch him most mornings, so he's pretty good.
He's okay. Good. He's family friendly. He's Christian. Great. It's a great time.
Family friendly and Christian. All right, Frobo, you know how we end this. We're going to do the thing. We're going to say goodnight, and then we're going to raid into a friend of ours. So let's do the thing. Last word goes to you.
Well, thanks for having me on, guys, and have a good night. That's about it.
All right. Night, everyone.
Rev is logging out of the system. Please stand by for a raid on another Twitch streamer. Establishing connection now. Please hold.